cash from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it.
Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, watch this.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Cousins. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on the Bengal first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
50.
Hey, flipper.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Open man, this one is complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I got one. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 10. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now Joe Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Give them 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. On 1st down, Barker down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, Mixon. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means.
Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Watch.
Here's a run with Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You don't want no problem from me.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say...
And he is in! Touchdown, Bengals! Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here's Hines, and they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The Bengals 18-yard line.
Two times. Hey.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time. A few issues here on the offensive line, apparently. He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
65.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Shit! Watch the shit!
Black. Hey! I-7.
58, boys. 58.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 39.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
Now from Colts territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Cousins. Got a man open. It's Ross. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Complete to John Ross. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Bring it. Bring it. He's crashed.
Throw.
Slam. Check 52. Deuce.
First.
Check 4.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
To Hunt. 180. Lucky 48.
Hey. Shift. Check safety.
Back to Mixon on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Check 43.
On 2nd down, it's Barker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
On the ball. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On first down, Mixon looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
To Hunt. 180. Yo.
Here we go. Tight dog.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
To Hunt. 180.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. He don't know no better. Check.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. 59 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run with Hines, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Shit.
Out of the gun, Brissett. He completes this to Sutton. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down, Indianapolis.
Brissett to throw on first. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Where's 52?
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Extra hot. What are these? I got one. No.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from a yard out. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's keep burning. Come on. Double up. Keep over.
Throwing. Brissett. And he whips that one incomplete there. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Just work with me a second here because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
Check it out, Reed.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Brissett on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll throw again. Brissett. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 93-yard kickoff return. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 79 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robertson. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Hey, no, easy.
Now Cousins. It's caught here by Adams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up and to great success.
Throwing is Cousins. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10, 23-yard line.
Come on, watch the safety creep. Check 31. Check 31.
Kill. Wide.
This is Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Alert 3. Zoom.
A second down throw for Brissett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Geno Atkins picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Check 99.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and 10 now from the 30. Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, 5. Check. 54.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
A 52-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He digs him partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Where's 52? Watch this. This is the light. We own them. Check 13.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Brissett on 4th down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Slam, so go. Kill. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's 2nd down.
52, Mike, 52.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. The open man is Westbrook. They get 14 back, but it leads downs now to a 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
There you go. Check nickel.
They go play action with Brissett. This is Johnson. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Brissett now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Brissett again. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
Now Brissett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Brissett. And he's going to go down again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
52 right here. Let's go one more. Mike 52, Mike 52. Here it comes.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
To throw is Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Rip left. Watch the edge.
To throw, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
I got you. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check. Fresno. Shit.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This is taken around the 12. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Let's go. 180. Number 53. Mike 53. So we got man.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another